So I am back again. So I saw this style and it looks really nice. It looks really beautiful, and I love the details around the hemline. It's giving. Yes, it's giving. So now I'm going to show in this video. I'm going to show you guys how to draft this style, how to go about it. It's not that difficult. Trust me. Even as a beginner, you will get it. So now let's get right into it. Without further ado. So first off, your pattern paper should be on fold because it's a full front. So I've gone ahead to place the shoulder line, the chest line. Your chest line is your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. So your shoulder to bust point, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline. The front and back waistline, they are different. Then your shoulder to hip line. Then from the hip line, I mark 10 inches downwards. I mark 10 inches downwards, just as you can see. So these are the horizontal lines. So up next, you are going to be placing half of the shoulder measurement on the shoulder line and on the chest line. You are going to roll a straight line across. This is just a guide. Remember, it's a two blouse. So the neck width I'm working with is 3 inches and half 1 inch and 1 inch for shoulder slope. Then connect the point to the shoulder beginning. Then next up, you are going to get the midpoint. Then come in by half an inch, just like this. You connect all the points together to get the arm sack. Bear in mind, like I said, this is just a guide. So next up, you are going to be placing half of your bust span on the bust point line all the way to the length of the blouse, that line. Then you rule a straight line across, just as you can see. You rule a straight line across like this. So now the contouring on the under bust. On the center front, I marked 0.75, and on the side front, I marked 1 inch. So what I marked on the under bust for the contouring, I'm going to mark it all the way down, just as you can see. The next up, I'm going to take my ruler and rule a straight line. You rule a straight line across, just as you can see. So next up, you are going to be connecting it to the bust point. You get the curve part of your ruler and connect it to the bust point, just as you can see. So next up, you are going to be placing your bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. Now on the under bust, you are going to be placing your under bust measurement divided by 4 plus this start intake that you took. The same thing, your waist measurement divided by 4 plus the dart intake that you took. Then on the hip line, your hip measurement divided by 4 plus the dart intake. So whatever you mark on the hip line, you mark it directly on the blouse line, just like this. Then you go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. You go ahead and connect all the points that you marked. You connect all the points together, just as you can see. So next up, you are going to get the midpoint of the shoulder. Then connect it to the bust point, just like this. So next up, you are going to determine the over bust, how high you want your bust to be covered. So there I marked about 1.5 inch. Yours can be 2 inches, could be 1 inch. Then I ruled a straight line across. So for the tightening, at the side front I marked half an inch. Then at the center front I marked 0.75. So you connect all the points to the bust point, just as you can see. So next I'm going to be checking the dart leg that is more. So the dart leg on the center front is less, while the side front is more. So what I have on the center front, I'm going to replace it at the side front, just like this, so that it can be equal. So next up, I'm going to be connecting it to the armhole, just like this. Remember that it's a tube dress. So now that intake around the chest line that I'm pointing at, I'm going to measure it and replace it here. So then I'm going to reconnect the lines, just as you can see. Now let's move to the center front of the chest line. So the front is not straight, it has a little bit of slant. So I'm going to come down by half an inch on the over bust line, and I'm going to connect it to the first dart leg just like this. So next up is the bust dart. That's the difference between the front and back waistline. So for this particular pattern, it is 1 inch. So I'm going to mark 1 inch, then connect it to the bust point, just as you can see. So next up, we're going to go ahead and cut so that we can close up the bust dart. So you're just going to carefully cut out your pattern like this, slash this open up to the bust point, then by the side you slash it open just like this up to the bust point so that we can close the bust dart. So this is what we have. So now we are going to go ahead and close up the bust dart. Remember that this pattern paper is on fold, so you might want to do what you do at the front of the bust dart to the other side of the bust dart. So you close your bust dart just like this, and when you notice that by the side the lines are not equal, you reconnect the lines. So for this particular pattern, the lines are not equal, so I'm going to reconnect the lines just like this. So next up, we are going to go ahead and cut for the front pattern. So I would advise that you start cutting from the side, like this. Start cutting from this particular side. So you go ahead and carefully cut out your patterns just as you can see. And please don't forget to also label it, your center front and the side front. So you carefully cut out your patterns like this. So remember, it's a full front. So now you are going to be aligning all the hip lines. Like the lines, they must be equal. Align them together just as you can see. Then you use your paper tape to secure it down so that we can craft out the design just as you can see. So I'm going to flip it to the other side and also use paper tape to hold it down just as you can see. So I'm going ahead to flip the paper to the other side. So now I'm going to rule a slant line. So on the blouse length, I went up by 3 inches by this side. Then on the hip line, I went up by 3 inches, just as you can see. So you are going to take your ruler, you are going to rule a slant line, just as you can see. So on this line is where you are going to be crafting out the design. So I've gone ahead to do that off camera, but I'll be showing you how to go about it. So on that point that I marked 3 inches upward, I came in by 1 inch on that slanted line, just as you can see. Then I curved in my hands. I curved in my hands. So before I went further, I measured about 3 inches, 3.5 inches. So I'm just guessing that that's the length that they used. So I measured about 3.5 inches. So I went ahead and I curved the lines to get to the other point. So the distance that I have here is about 12.25. So I didn't really calculate the distance. I just went ahead and continued drawing, just trying to use my discretion. But I'm going to show you how to go about it, how you can that line now, how you can have straight lines in between. By following this line, you'll be able to get the design. So for instance, let's use this paper as a guide. So now let's assume that this is our line. Okay, so I already marked 1 inch inward, just like the way I did earlier. But I'm going to try to make this line slanted so that it won't be confusing. So now it's slanted. So you marked your 1 inch first, then you now went ahead to determine how wide you want the spacing to be. So here I was just marking about 1.25, 1.25, 1.25 across. Then I ruled a straight line all across. So doing this is a guide, like it would really help you. It will even make you determine the length of the shapes. Do you understand? So let's assume I'm starting on this line. So I'm just going to mark, oh, this is the first 3.5 inches. Then maybe I roll a straight line a little bit. I hope you guys can see this because I think I should have bent the camera the other way. So then I try to curve the lines, just as you can see that curve. Then go ahead and connect it to the other side. It's like should I say scallop. So you go ahead and curve it again. I'm curving it on that side as well, then going all the way down. You can see. So you yourself, you are going to determine how you want the shapes to look like. So this one I'm doing is a guide, like it will help you a lot. So you can see how thin is coming out. You can see. So it's up to you to determine how wide, how big it should be, how big the shapes should be. So just as you can see, just like this. So you just go about it this way. You can see how it looks. So you determine how you want the shapes to be. So that is a guide. So whatever design I have on this pattern paper, the actual pattern paper, I followed what is in the picture to be able to draft it out. I followed what is in the picture. Do you understand? So that's why I've been able to get this particular shape. So that other one I was showing you is a guide in case you are not able to get it. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the shape. You can see how it's coming along. So you carefully cut it out, just as you can see. So now we are done cutting the front pattern, just as you can see. So for the back pattern, I'm going ahead to mark the shoulder line, the chest line, the waistline, the hip line. So bear in mind that the front waistline and back waistline are different. The shoulder to waist for this particular pattern for the back is 15, while the front is 16. So you are going to mark your 15 here. Then your shoulder to hip line, which is whatever you have, then your extra 10 inches for the blouse length, just as you can see. So bear in mind that our back is not straight, so we are going to be eliminating some excesses. So on the center back around the waistline, you mark 0.75 inches inward. So you connect the lines just like this. Just as you see me do, you connect the points like this. So next up, we are going to be placing half of our bust dart after the 0.75. You place it, then you now add that 0.75 back to it, so that you'll be able to measure your dart line all across, so that everything is going to be equal. So I'm going to mark it from all the way to the chest line to the blouse length line. So the next up, you're going to rule a straight line across, just as you can see. So the dart intake, I'm going to be doing all the way. I didn't capture this part. It's 0.5 inch on both sides. So you're going to mark 0.5 inch on both sides and rule a straight line across. I didn't capture this part. So this is for the dart intake for the back. Now you're going to be placing your bust measurements divided by 4 plus that dart intake of 1 inch. Then your waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch dart intake. Your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch dart intake. So whatever you have for your hip measurement, you mark it all the way to the blouse length, just as you can see. You go ahead and connect all the points together. Go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. So now for the back now. So the back is straight. So in case you don't want the back to be looking straight, you might just come down on the chest line like this on the center back by 0.5 inches. Then you give it a slight curve, just like this. Just connect it. Should in case you don't want your back to be straight, maybe you should give it a slight curve at the back. This is what you should do. So next up, we're going to go ahead and cut out our pattern. Just as you can see, you start cutting from the side. So you carefully cut out your pattern like this and make sure that your patterns are labeled center back, side front, just as you can see. Just like the way I did for the front, I'm going to be using my paper tape to secure the points down. So hip line should align together, you get, so that we can do what we did for the front for the back. So this is what you have. Just use your paper tape to hold it down. So next up, we are going to be placing the front pattern paper on the back pattern paper. You know, when you see wrong side facing wrong side, right side facing right side, you use that process so that whatever you are crafting for the front and back is going to be the same, and when you are sewing, everything will align well. So I've turned the right side to face the right side of the front to the back, just as you can see. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut. So you make sure that the hip line on both sides are aligning well together. They are aligning well, and the waistline, those lines, they are aligning well. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting. So in the process of cutting like this, I was finding it a little bit difficult to cut through. So I was finding it a little bit difficult to cut through. So next up I'm going to do is take out my pencil like this and trace out the lines all across, just as you can see, so that I'll be able to trace out the lines all across. You carefully do this process, you don't need to rush it. So you just carefully continue tracing it out until you get to the end point, just like this. So this is what I'm going to take the front paper out, the front pattern out. So this is what the back looks like. This is what the back looks like. So this way you'll be able to cut out the back pattern. So you can see how it's easy now for me to cut out the back pattern. So guys, if this is something you like, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like and share. And also I'm going to drop a link in the description box for you to subscribe to my Telegram channel. Thank you. So this is what the back looks like. So I'm just labeling the center back. That's where the zipper part is going to be. So I'm just trying to label it, indicating that arrows. So now I'm going to split this part open. So these are the two sides for the back. So are the like two sides for the back. You know, it's about 4 pieces for the back. So this is it. So now I'm going to be placing the front on the back piece, just as you can see, so that you can see how the bottom part is aligning well. So you can see how it's going to align well. So you see everything is aligning well for the bottom part. So guys, we have come to the end of this tutorial. So see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you so much.